it saying about having to face guys that he's really familiar with in the biggest game of his life?
Oh, he's amped up for it. You know, we never shy away from competition. There's going to be a battle out there. They try to double team Julio with Devin May, Malcolm Butler. It might be Logan Ryan and Sanu all game long, and I know they'll both be biting their chops for that because we always compete against each other in college. Now, like you said, at the highest level, at the highest game ever, they're going back and forth. That is just going to be something good to talk about and then try to win some bragging rights, for the offseason when they come back into town.
Well, Sanu could be lined up against Logan Ryan, his freshman year roommate in Piscataway. How much is the history that these two have gone through going to play into this matchup?
Oh, it's going to be huge. These guys used to go at it and one-on-ones, their entire career at Rutgers. Sanu's 3 years there and Logan's 4 years there. They used to just go at it head-to-head. And now, you talk about, those battles after practice in the locker room and stuff like that. Now imagine talking about them in the Super Bowl when you guys get to come back and talk to these young guys. That's what it's all about, being able to show these young guys, look where we were, before and look where we are now. And, and you want to be on that. You don't want to get the short end of this thing. You want to be the guy that's able to talk junk in the offseason and talk about, yeah, I won and we got that ring.
Eric, it's interesting, too, with Sanu in particular, the character that he is. Tough void to go fill with the Falcons, taking over for Roddy White, who's one of their all-time great receivers. He had to fill that void with White retiring, or at least not being wanted back by the Falcons, and he has seamlessly stepped in right there. How about the mentality of Mohamed Sanu to be able to, live up to that, going from Cincinnati to Atlanta, and then basically living up to the expectations that were put on him when the Falcons signed him?
Yeah, I really feel like there's no stage too big for him. He's a very personable guy, loves to be around the attention, loves to have people relying on him or holding that responsibility that people put on him. And he always steps up to the plate and gets the job done. It's like the guy doesn't crash under pressure. That's the type of person he is, and that's the type of person he always has been. The more pressure for him, the better. He wants to go out there and prove people wrong and show what he can do and show that he is a monster. That's who Sanu is. He wants you to be talking about how good he is or how big of a monster he is, that he thrives off of stuff like that.
Eric, we always talk about the big boys of college football. We talk about Alabama and the likes. What does this mean for Rutgers in terms of having 5 players be available on the roster, or at least on the rosters for these two teams in the Super Bowl? What does that say about Rutgers University?
Oh, it's huge for us. Like you said, you talk about always Alabama, Ohio State, USC, but to see that a school like Rutgers, that a lot of people may overlook sometimes, to see that we're putting out products, we've been prepared the right way, especially coming up through the Shiano era. He prepared us for the NFL as we were going through college, and that's why you see so many of our guys there now. And it's just going to continue now with Coach Ash. He was coming from different places like Arkansas, Wisconsin, and Ohio State. He's seen the best of the best football, and now he knows how to get these younger guys prepared for that too. So it's a huge recruiting tool for these young guys to see, wow, if Rutgers can put all these guys in the NFL, why not go there? And look, they're not just in the NFL. They're playing on the biggest stages and starting. They're making noises out there, making a huge impact in those games. So it's huge for recruiting for Rutgers.